Hey, comic fam. Now everybody just relax. It's all fine. Everything's okay. It's all fine. Comics of the Voice here. Let's talk about this for a second. Good day. The Voice here. I'm going to make it all better, okay? Everything's fine now because I got it under control now. It's all good. Slabs, CGC, trouble. I'm not going to talk about that. Everybody's talked about it. The community's in an uproar right now. I'll just talk about stuff that I know. Been collecting for 40 plus years. I know a thing or two. No, not really. I have 62 slabs in my collection. Most of them are CGC. Yeah, I have 2 CBCS. All are CGC other than that. So 60 CGCs and 2 CBCSs. So what's the deal? I'm a collector, right? I collect. I don't sell. Do I speculate? Sure. I would be a fool if I didn't know what was in my collection and what it was worth. Am I ever going to sell it? No. I am a caretaker, curator of this collection that I have amassed. 7,000 books, only 62 are slabbed. And of the 62 that are slabbed, I have raws to go with it. So again, I can't speak about what other people do, but I can talk about what I do. So why do I have slabbed books? Well, the very first one that I ever sent off to get slabbed, and it was actually, I had never seen it in the first place. I ordered it, and there was a signing happening with this really cool artist, Shannon Mayer. He did this awesome King in Black. So CGC was doing a signing. I bought it from the Comic Mint. They sent the book down to CGC. Shannon signed it. They graded it, sent it to me. Yes, I have a raw. So this is the first one that I ever got done. Why did I do it? I really like the series, kind of like with Macross, right? This one I just recently picked up, but this was the original book that I had from the 80s. Bought this back in 1984. Brand spanking new off the rack, and I read the hell out of it. It was a great book, great series. So now I got a 9.4 near mint, white pages. That'll stay in its lovely little plastic display forever. And why did I get it in the CGC? Part speculation, but mostly because I love the fact that it's a cool thing to display. I've found that having these slab books is really cool for displaying. Now, if I did ever go to sell it, that there's no argument over what the grade is, because that's always been the big thing. All my years of collecting, whenever I'm bargaining with somebody, first and foremost is the argument back and forth about grade. Before you get to anything resembling money, you talk about what is the grade, what's the shape of it, and what grade system did we go by? Well, we had the Overstreet comic book guide. That's what we used, and that was the only one available at the time. You know, now all these companies, you got CGC, CBCS, PGX, EGS. Those are like your 5 main ones. There's probably more out there, but those are the ones of note. All come up with their own grading systems, and I'm betting you every one of them is based off of the old Overstreet comic guide, and they've just modified it to whatever, and now they are experts in the grading field, and everybody, you know, takes their word for it, and now there's no argument when you go to negotiate. Now it's just fair market value, but then again, at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to what somebody's willing to pay for it and what somebody is willing to let it go for. The other thing reason that I grade, besides just loving the series and loving the book, is preservation, and CBCS has a really cool service where you can send the books off and you can get signatures verified. So Harvey's been dead since 91, so getting his signature, and the CGC and CBCS didn't come out till 2000, 2001. So getting a witness signature ain't ever going to happen. So you got all these books from way back when that all have signatures on them, and there's no way to verify them. So, and it's also a book from 52, so it's an old book. It's, you know, I want to preserve it as best I can while I'm alive, because after that, I don't give a crap. It's not my problem. I'm curating this collection until I'm dead, and then somebody else is going to enjoy it. They can crack it out, they can read it, whatever. It's going to eventually turn to dust, okay? That's the same for all these books. They're all eventually going to decay to the point where they're gone forever. So relax. Unless you're going to live forever, so those people out there that are going to live forever, you can disregard this. But the rest of us that are actually going to perish at some point in time, enjoy them while you got them. We're only here for a very, very short time. So I'm going to enjoy my collection the way I want to collect. So this one's preservation, speculation, but I also wanted to verify that signature. You know, and I've been doing something, Matt Woods and I talked about it on his show. Did I even do it on this one? Yeah, I did. I started putting little price tags in the corner of what the book is worth, or at least what I think it's worth. At least it's a starting point for a conversation for when my wife wants to sell it off after I'm gone, or my kids, whatever. But for now, it's preserved. It's in a case. It's got the whole gold label on the top there, so I know it's a legit signature, and I'm going to enjoy this. So now I can keep this thing from decaying worse. Like, it's still going to decay in the case over time again. Time takes over everything. But I got my raw copy, so if I want to read it, plus I took pictures because I had this thing raw before I sent it off. So I took pictures of the entire interior of the book, even though I've got it right here. So that's another reason. So one, it's looks. Yeah, it's a little bit of speculation because I'm a fool. I wouldn't be a fool. Maybe I am a fool. Could be a fool. Sure, I'm a fool. I need to know the value of them. That's fine. But also preservation. That's another thing. And it really looks cool in that pretty yellow label. Gold label, yellow label. It's yellow. Okay, yellow. The second book that I sent in, and these were actually the only two that I actually owned raw and then I've sent in. Will there be more in the future? Yeah, I've got a Conan one that I was going to send off and get it verified too. I got a Barry Windsor's Smith's signature inside of that one. So this one was also important to me to get sent off because, again, got that lovely signature. This one was driving me crazy because I didn't have a raw copy of it when I sent it off, and I had to wait a year. So I was hunting and hunting and hunting, and finally I got myself a raw copy. Not a high grade, again, it's low grade. You know, this is a 3.5. So now I got my reader copy because, again, all 62 of the slabs that I own, I have raw copies for every single one of them to read. Because first and foremost, I'm a reader, and that's the way I like my collection. Do I like it slabbed or raw? I'm starting to dig the slabs, you know. I'm a little slow at the uptake here with the whole slabbing thing, but I'm getting there. You know, the ones that I really enjoy and like. Everything else that I bought slabbed. These are the only two that I actually paid for, along with the Shin and Mayer, that I got slabbed. So I got a raw copy of that one too. One that I was very happy to find was, and another reason for getting something slabbed, is my Wonder Woman #1, 1987. So this one isn't the one that I bought back then. This is the one I bought. Newsstand, off the shelf, back in 87. This one's signed by George Perez. I was going to send this one off, but he passed away. So now he's gone. So another great thing to have encapsulated, because we can protect the signature as, again, for as long as I'm alive, and then after that I don't care because it won't be my problem. But I'm going to enjoy them as they are for now, and if I ever do sell them, they're graded. There's no argument over the grade, just argument over fair market value, what I'm willing to let it go for, what the buyer is willing to pay for them, and that's it. Easy peasy. No matter what kind of weird funny scandals and stuff, people switching books out, there's always going to be bad apples in the community. But for the majority of what I've seen over my lifetime, the community's good. You'll always get people encroaching upon that are after the greed. Maybe they're the ones that are going to live forever. I don't know. They want the money. They're greedy. I'm going to enjoy the hobby for what it is. I like my plastic cases. They're not going away anytime. That ain't happening. So that's my 2 cents. 4 cents? There's 2 cents. Yeah, not 4 cents. So everybody, relax. It's all good. Enjoy collecting. Collect what you love. Just like what Rob Fatstack says. Don't listen to anybody. Do you. And the rest of us will enjoy our hobby, and we enjoy it together. So we'll get over this crap and we'll move on. Just like CBCS has had its problems, and there are going to be more in the future. But they aren't going away. This is part of our hobby now. So we got to figure it out. But everybody, relax. It's all fine. Take care.